Si Al's learner JC is a proof that life offers second chances. Nagkakamali pero naitatama at patuloy tayo to dream, set our goals, work hard for it, stick to it until we reach the success and the happiness that we hope for. Ako po muli si Sir A, ang inyong ALS coach dito lang sa Alternative Learning System sa DepEd TV.
Magandang araw, Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng DepEd Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del P. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Ayan, so ako ay nagbabalik muli para sa ating ETUlay. Alright, so yeah, we're waiting for Tutor Noreen. Actually, nakasend lang. Anyway, alright, so yeah, last time sa ating pag-aaral dito sa English Communication Skills, ating pinag-aralan ang iba't ibang mga ano yung mga pinag-aralan natin last time dito sa ating English Communication Skills? What do you think? Sige nga, review tayo. Sa English sa English. Hello sa ating mga nanonood, watching from San Jose Norte Elementary School. As mobile teachers from Tobacco City Division. Hello po sa inyo dyan. Okay, announcement lang po. Tomorrow, mag-uumpisa na po ang ating training for our ALS teachers. Lahat po ng ating mga ALS teachers ay iniimbitahan na umattend ng ating training series which will start this coming Tuesday, which is tomorrow po. Bukas pag-uusapan natin ang iba't ibang mga Google Educational Apps. Ayan. So Google Apps, gaano ba natin ito gagamitin? Anong mga apps ang mga ituturo? If you're familiar with Google, better sa ating mga ALS, sa ating mga ALS teacher, pero alam ko na mas kailangan pa natin itong pag-aralan pa ng mabuti. And with that, andito na, I know you're very excited para sa ating Tutor Noreen. Alright? So andito na si Tutor Noreen para sa ating English subject. Hello, Tutor Noreen! From SDO Muntinlupa, si Tutor Noreen.
Hello, good evening. Salamat sa paghintay sa akin.
Actually, alright, so ayan, excited na ating mga estudyante, Tutor Noreen. Ayan, meron tayong from taga Cebu, meron tayong from Aurora Provinces. Kamusta, Tutor Noreen, dyan sa pwesto mo sa Bacoor? Ako, nandito ako sa Imus. Grabe, ang init kanina.
Ang init, as in, nakailang palit na ako at nakailang ligo na. Kailangan talaga. Sobra.
Pero pa mga na nawala ng tubig, So, ingat lang. Lalo na din sa ating mga kababayan, Tutor Noreen, pinadapa yata ng bagyong Bising. Kami po ay ninyo sa panalangin, para sa maging maganda o maayos ang inyong mga katayuan dyan sa ngayon. No? Kami ay syempre kaisa nyo sa panalangin na maging maayos ang lahat. At syempre sa mga protocols natin, huwag nating kalilimutan yan. Ikaw ba, Tutor Noreen, lumalabas-labas ka ba ngayon?
Very important. Hindi. 3 times a week lang kami makakalabas.
Kasi nakakatakot
Kaya
talaga.
talagang very limited ang galaw namin. At ako mismo nag-iingat talaga sa lahat ng pwedeng ingatan. Mag-ingat talaga. Kasi walang labas-labas.
Yes. Dapat lang. Okay, sige, Tutor Noreen, bumati ka muna at babalikan kita mamaya.
Yes. Thank you for waiting for me. Time check, it's already 6:50 and salamat. I am your last tutor for today, and this is welcome to our ALS LS1 Learning Strand 1-4 High School, English High School. Okay? Shout out muna tayo ha. Good evening from SDO Camarines Norte. Ayan, si Lourdes S. Guerra. Linel de la Peña. Shout out muna sa mga students ko. I know many of you are here. Okay? Nandito yung mga estudyante kong grade 10. Okay? Okay, Linel, Maritas Mercado. Okay, so much for all the shout-outs. We will start immediately our lesson for today. Kasi last week, we discussed about sino kayang yung nandito last week at nandito pa rin ngayon. Medyo na familiar na ako sa mga uma-attend talaga, no? Uma-attend talaga sa tutorial natin, every Monday, okay? For ALS tutorial, it's every day from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Pero lahat ng levels from 9 a.m., may grade 1 kayo, may mga anak kayo, may mga kapatid kayo, may kapitbahay kayo, please invite them and watch the live tutorial of via DepEd Philippines, okay? Last week, we discussed something about, we filled out forms, di ba? So this evening, we will be discussing another topic, pero medyo hindi na masyadong related dun sa last week natin, okay? Watching from Zamboanga City, Jeline Casillan. Zenica Monte Castro, good evening. Eunice de Belen from Ligarda Elementary School. Okay, we'll start. Let me share my screen or my PPT. Okay. Roxanne May Abosejo, good evening. My student, okay. Mark Edward, watching, still listening. Thank you ha, thank you for waiting for me. I hope magkakasama pa tayo hanggang 7 p.m. tonight, okay. I'll have to, tatapusin ko yung slides ko today or tonight. Kakayanin nating pagkasyain. If not, then we will not squeeze in. Continue natin next meeting kung di talaga kaya. Aubrey Izon from MNHS Maine. Okay? Sa aking dakilang school. Okay? Let me share my screen or my PPT, Sir Ariel. Okay, waiting natin yung presentation natin. From ALS Learner Calaca, Batangas, Ann Baito. Janice Bangkale, Raquel Yurin, Grace Kilor. Okay, shout out to all of you who patiently waiting for me. I hope again hanggang 7 po tayo. Okay, wait natin. Okay, Endaife from Polomolok, South Cotabato Division Region 12. Wow, ang layo ng narating natin, no? I hope may mga ALS learners tayo tonight, no? This is a great help for accomplishing your module every week. Kasi lahat ng lesson natin, kinukuha natin sa module natin. So parang supplementary activity natin, supplementary discussion natin, itong ginagawa natin every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Okay? Wait natin yung slide natin, ha? Okay, let's start. Okay, this evening we will go back to language, okay? We will go back to communication. Pero ang layo nung nag-fill out tayo ng forms last week, tapos balik tayo sa language. Because this is our subject. It's more on communication. This evening, we will be talking about communication. How we give and receive constructive feedbacks. Ano kaya itong mga to? Okay? Okay? This is a very important discussion, a very important lesson for all of us, not only for students, but also for adults. Okay? This is a reminder that we should communicate effectively in a way that we cannot hurt other people, okay? Ano ba yung art of giving constructive criticism? Okay? Let's start. Wait natin yung ano natin, ha? Yung slide natin. May ano lang tayo. Saglit lang. Okay, shout out from us learner. Very good. Rina Munoz Bermilio from District 2 Quezon City. Okay, Just Gracia Roquela Barce. Hello, good evening. Keep safe. Everybody, please keep safe also. Ma'am Lorna Templanza from MNHS Maine. Good evening po, ma'am. Lorivel Fraires. Hello. Just Gracia from Trinidad King's College of the Philippines. Clyde Bilag. Okay, this evening we will be talking about giving and receiving constructive feedbacks. Okay, ano kaya ito mga to? So ano ba yung feedback? Ano ba yung constructive? How do we give and how we receive? How do we receive? Okay, let's continue. Last week, as I mentioned earlier, we discussed about kinds of forms. So we discussed about biodata, how to fill out a biodata, which is very important, especially for the ALS learners, no? Yung mga nagsa-sideline, yung nag-work, at the same time study, okay? Kailangan dapat malinis, maayos, legible ang mga letters na nilagay sa mga forms. Income tax return, driver's license form, election ballots, and registration forms. All of these we discussed last week. And I hope every time you fill out your forms, you will always consider our learnings, our takeouts last week. Okay? Dapat malinis, clear, at legible lahat ng lalagay natin. Okay? Let's continue. This evening, our target for today's discussion is to describe the human communication process. Okay? Number 2, this evening also, we will try to give the steps and guidelines for giving constructive feedback. And number 3 is demonstrate how to receive non-constructive feedback. Okay? So again, we will be talking about communication this evening. Paano tayo makapag-communicate? Okay? Communication is a gift. Okay? We should be very thankful that we can communicate. We have the language to use when we communicate. Can you imagine kung hindi tayo marunong makipag-communicate? Anong world meron kaya tayo? Okay? So medyo chaotic siguro na chaotic world because we will not understand one another. Okay? What is communication? Okay? The word communication came from the Latin word communicare, which means to share. When you communicate, you express, you share, you give your thoughts, you express your feelings, and that is communication. Okay? Celia Valdez from STO Santiago City. Okay? That is communication. Okay, look at this communication process. Diretso tayo ha. Kasi this is the first few slides, medyo basic natin, ang mga basic natin sa communication. We'll discuss the basic of communication. Okay? When we communicate, this is the illustration. Okay? We have the sender, the message, and the receiver. And down there, we have the feedback. Okay? We have the sender. Ano kaya yung sender? Sino yun? Okay? The sender, okay, let's find out later. Okay, the next slide. Okay? There are 4 components of communication. Okay? A communication is a process. Mayroon siyang sinusundang proseso or steps or system. Okay? The communication starts with the sender. The sender is the one who sends, of course, the message. The one who is talking, or if not, not only talking, pero siguro pwede yung body language, okay? Nakikipag-communicate ka. So by the way, when you communicate, it's not only limited to language, okay? Body language, gestures also are forms of sender, okay? So the one who sends the message in the communication process, okay? Next, number 2. After the sender, we have the receiver, of course, the other person involved in communication. He or she receives the message and processes it in his or her mind. So, dalawa lang. Pwede ma'am, isa-isa or dalawa-dalawa. It's, as long as there is this, interaction, then you are communicating. Okay? Pwede yung receiver, hindi nagsasalita, but through body language, pwede silang nag-communicate. Okay? So we have the sender and the receiver. Pwede tao lang talaga siya? No. As long as you communicate to your pets, maybe nakaka-create ka pa rin ng communication. Okay? Next, another component of communication is, we have the next, okay? The medium, okay? This is the means by which the message is sent. Number 1. Ano itong mga medium na to? Okay? Ano to yung medium na ito? Okay? Spoken word or oral communication, the language itself, pag magsalita ka. Okay? Your spoken word. It could be your mother tongue. It could be in Filipino. It could be in your in English. Okay? Or it could be in your mother tongue. Okay? So, or it could be written communication through letter, okay, through messenger. Nonverbal communication, this involves the body language, the gestures, and so on. Technological media, ito yung mga through radio and television. Nakipag-communicate ka din ba ganon? Yes, when you react to whatever you see on TV, and that is already communicating. Okay? Pero it's a long process. And like yung face-to-face talaga kayo. Okay? Ang feedback mabilis. Okay? Number 4 is the last one is the message. The message is what the receiver receives and interprets. Okay? So ito yung nilalabas ni sender to the receiver. Pagdating kay receiver, this receiver will receive at the same time interpret. Okay? She will receive and interpret the message. Okay? There are only 4. One is sender, one is another is receiver, the medium kung paano pinalabas paano pinarating yung message, and of course the message itself. This may be the last, but should not be. It should be the most important thing. Okay? Kasi kaya ka nakipag-communicate. Kaya minsan may gusto kang sasabihin. Okay? Okay? Good evening, also implementer from Ligao National High School, Ligao City Division. Okay? Look at these pictures. Number 1. Okay? Ito, pag makita mo si number 1 na ganyang mukha niya, what is the message that he is trying to convey? Ano kaya? Pag makita mo si number 1, ganyan ang itsura niya, what does he feel? Ano yung message na ipaparating niya? Uy, Juan! Tapos ganyan, pagtingin ni Juan sa iyo, ganyan ang itsura na. What does he want to tell you? Kung ganyan, wala pa siyang salita. What does he want to tell you? Anybody from the viewers? Ano siya? Huwag mo siyang kausapin kasi angry siya. Yes, Neil Pahado. Huwag mo siyang kausapin muna kasi ano siya? Irritated siya at that time, at that moment. Okay? So, pagkakita mo pa lang sa kanya na ganyan ang mukha niya kasi nagsalubog yung kilay niya, may say, ay, wag mo na siya kausapin kasi parang not in a mood. Annoyed, nagagalit, Josephine, Maribel, annoyed, Roxanne and Sheila, pissed. Okay? Number 2, and look at that. Juan, pagdating maya after an hour, Juan, ganyan ang mukha niya. What is the message of his face now? Ganyan ang mukha niya. Kanina, medyo kusmod. Okay? After an hour, tinawag mo na naman siya because you want to tell something. And then when he looks at you, ay, ganyan ang mukha niya. What is the message that he wants to convey to you? Number 2, happy na siya, okay? Pag happy na siya, nasa mood na siya, pwede na kayong mag-usap, okay? Again, wag kayong mag-usap pag isa is hindi match yung hindi match yung, alam niyo yun, yung emotion. But do not talk. Again, later we will discuss. Wag magsalita, wag magkipag-usap pag the two of you are angry or not in the mood, okay? Basta angry ka, huwag ka magsalita. Okay? Let's go to number 3. Let's go to number 3. Okay. What about this? Thumbs up. Meaning? Okay? Uy, 1. Happy na siya. Pwede na ba yung pwede na bang i-submit yung report natin? And then he moved his thumb like this. Okay? Meaning? Happy, smile, minty, okay, approve, kahit walang salita. Okay? Pag wala salita, okay na, go. Okay? And look at number 4. Okay, like this. Moving the head from left to right or right to left. What does that mean? 1, kailangan na ipasa na ba natin yung report natin? And do like this. You did like this. Non-verbal. Okay, yes. Mean to say, no. Not yet. Okay? And that means no. Okay? Pag ganyan-ganyan, number 4 na tayo ha. Pag ganyan-ganyan. 1, pasa na natin yung report natin. Confused? No. But be careful ha, kasi yung no natin in the Philippines, when say no, like this. But you go to India, yung no nila, ay yung ganyan nila, it means yes. Kaya be careful. Kailangan alam mo yung meaning ng mga gestures and body language. Okay? So no, not yet. Meaning say, hindi pa pwede. Okay? Number 5. What is the meaning of raising the hand? Don't know what to do, Sheila. No, Rina, Bernilio, not yet. O not yet. Wag mo na ipapasa. Okay? Look at number 5. What is the meaning of raising the hand? Siya na magpasa daw. Wag mo na, ako na magpasa. Something like that, no? Or pwede, he has the answer. No. Or not. What's the meaning of raising the hand? Anong meaning ng pag-raise ng hand? Hi, pwede, no? Hi. Or, ang daming meaning ng raising the hand eh. Ako, or volunteering. Okay? Calling attention. Very good. Want to ask something. Hi. Hello, pwede. Want to say something. Very good. Calling attention. Very good. Ay, very attentive yung mga natin, viewers tonight. Oh, willing to share. Like he's ready to answer. Yes. Pag sa face-to-face, no? Pag kahit mali-mali, pag gusto mo talagang mag-share, edi raise your hand. Okay? Nakakamiss mag face-to-face, no? But anyway, we will be there is a right time for us to have face-to-face again. Makikita-kita pa rin tayo ng mga teachers natin, mga estudyante. Okay, let's continue. And that is the message. Okay? That is communication. Message, this is what the receiver receives and interprets. Okay, look, go back to the illustration, the communication process. Sender, message, receiver. Tapos, ang feedback down there, and ang mga arrow niya, going up, going here, ikot-ikot lang. Ikot-ikot lang. When you interact, okay, nagkaka-feedback yan. Okay? Once nag-interact kayo, napahaba yung kwentuhan nyo, and there is communication already. Ang mga Pinoy, very communicative tayong mga tao, right? Yung usap natin na saglit lang, hindi pwedeng saglit lang, especially when you see your friends, when you meet your friends, saglit lang, kita lang tayo saglit, no. Yung communication natin, mahaba. Pang yung saglit natin, hindi pwedeng saglit. Especially if you haven't seen one another for quite some time, hindi pwedeng saglit lang. Okay? Now, that is the process of communication. Again, hindi pwedeng mag-communication pag wala si sender, pag wala si receiver. Kapag wala namang message, it is not a communication. Kaya ka nga nakipag-communicate eh. Want to share, suggest, Raquel Urin, very good. Abigail Ignacio, attention, okay? Let's continue now. So we know already the process of communication, okay? Look at this, let's analyze. Look at the picture. Jose, go buy a can of sardines from Aling Josie store. Sino yung sender dyan? Who is the sender? Sino ang sender sa frame number 1? Sino ang sender natin dyan? Sa frame number 1. Si nanay. Okay? The mother. Okay? Who is the receiver? In here. Jose, go buy me a sardines from Aling Josie's store. Okay? Mother. And then, the receiver is the boy. Is the child. The medium is, ano yung medium niya? Oral. Okay, oral communication, the language itself, okay? The message means, okay, what's the message of the mother or as the sender? Okay, inutusan niya si Jose to go and buy sardines from Aling Josie's store, okay? So that is communication, okay? So mother, boy, or child, oral communication, and message. Okay, let's continue. Frame number 2. Okay, there are 3. Okay? Aling Josie's store. Nakarating na siya dun sa store ni Aling Josie. Okay? Jose arrives at the store and points to a can of sardines without saying anything. Sender is? Sino yung sender this time? Sino yung sender na? Sino yung sender natin ngayon? Si Jose. Who is the receiver of Jose's message? Sino na ngayon ang receiver? Si Aling Josie. Very good. And the medium is non-oral communication. Yes, body language maybe. Okay. Ang message means, ano yung message niya this time? He wants to buy a can of sardines. Okay. Ganun lang yung pag-ano natin, pag-analyze sa communication. Okay, sample natin. Okay, let's continue. Frame number 3. Okay, let's find out. Okay, here it is, mother. Pero wala nang sinabi si mother. Who is the sender this time? Sender is Jose. Receiver this time is the mother. Medium is nonverbal. Okay, the message is inabot na niya yung can of sardines. Okay? Handing out the can of sardines. Okay? Ganyan yung pag-analyze. So, there is communication. Kahit yung isa hindi nag-reply, as long as nakikita niya yung gesture mo, yung body language mo, there is still communication. Okay? Let's continue. We will go to giving constructive feedback. Okay? How to give constructive feedback. Not all people, okay? Not all people has this gift, has this skill, knows the art of giving constructive criticism. Okay? Hindi lahat ng tao marunong, alam mo yun, hindi, pag sabihin mo kasi constructive feedback or constructive criticism, kahit gusto mo nang sabihin na mali yan, ng diretsahan. Okay? But if you know, if you consider the feeling of the other person, then you'll have to apply the art of constructive or giving constructive feedback or criticism. Okay? Let's proceed. Next. Okay? May communication na nangyayari. Okay? Ano yung feedback? A feedback is a response to a statement or a comment. It is a reaction to something you have heard or observed. It can also be conveyed through body language. Okay? Minsan, ang feedback is yung response mo doon sa sender. Okay? Pag response mo sa sender. Okay? It is your reaction. Okay? Continue. Next to this, okay, let's have this. The person says, "You cannot come to my party. You look dirty and you are not properly dressed. I'm ashamed of you." Ayan. So, paano niya sinabi ang statement na yan? That is what? So it's not a good way of saying or expressing something. Okay? It could be a destructive criticism. Okay? Hindi siya magandang expression. Okay? So again, tonight, our goal is to make the negative not negative, in the sense that you'll have to word or choose the right words to a statement to make something negative, not positive, but not that negative. Okay, medyo magulo, no? Let's continue na lang. Okay, so let's find out. Okay, rude. Okay, rude. Yes, look at this. Giving constructive feedback. Okay, there are two types of criticism or feedback. Destructive, okay, your project is terrible. It deserves to be thrown away. Okay, ang sakit. Tapos nag-thesis ka, hindi ka nakatulog. Puyat. It does not make sense and looks as if a cat used it as a, what's this? Or something like that. Okay? So, miss, ang sakit nun. If you are the receiver of that statement, it will always strike your emotion. Okay? Kapag ikaw yung sender of the feedback, paano mo yan sasabihin para hindi siya ma-hurt yung taong yun? Okay, look at this constructive criticism. Joey, I think you did well on the project. Dapat unahin natin yung positive. Okay? But there are some changes that need to be done. We can do better. Why don't we talk about it? O, diba? Kahit gusto niya sabihin, ay, ang pangit naman ang gawa mo. But then again, if it's constructive criticism and your intention is not to hurt that person, then kahit negative yung gusto mong i-express, you can make it a better expression. You can make it you cannot hurt the feeling of the receiver. Okay? So when you do constructive criticism, do not focus on the weakness, on the fault. Huwag ka mag-focus kung ano yung mali. Agad-agad, ang pangit ng gawa mo. Okay? Bakit ganito ang ulam? No? Hindi. Bakit ganito ang pagkaluto? Pangit ang lasa. So that's this destructive criticism. But say constructive, ay, ang sarap ng luto mo, improving ka na talaga. Pero kulang pang konti eh. May konti pang sipa ang hinahanap, pero ang okay na talaga. So that's constructive criticism. Okay? Watching from Negros Oriental. Okay. Hardy May Nalangay. Okay? So that's it. That's constructive criticism. Paano natin gagawin ngayon ang constructive feedback or criticism? Let's find out. Next, please. Yan natin. Okay? Giving constructive feedback. Okay? Always think first before saying anything. Always remember this. Your mind should do faster or should act faster than your mouth. Mean to say, pag wala ka namang gusto, dapat kontrolado yung mouth mo. Dapat mas mabilis gumalaw yung mind mo kaysa mouth mo. Mean to say, always think the words, always think the statement that comes out to your mouth. Okay? Always think first before saying anything. Kasi kapag, if you don't, then most likely, you will hurt other people, especially when you are giving feedback. Hindi mo nagustuhan. Okay? Number 2 is, be clear why feedback is needed. Okay? Ang tagal nag-start ang meeting. Wala talagang kikibo. Okay? Wala talagang kikibo. No, this time, you'll have to express na. You'll have to, not complain, but you'll have to express bakit hindi nag-start ang meeting. Okay? Because feedback is very helpful and it's a must. Pag walang feedback, wala eh. Walang mangyari, walang direction. Okay? So, it is getting late already. Okay? Getting late already. The meeting should have started on time. Okay? So, dapat kikibok ka. But hindi ka magsabi, ano ba yan? Ang tagal mag-start ng meeting. Na, gusto ko nang umuwi, ganyan. No, but you'll have to word your statement very carefully. Okay? Isipin mo, bakit ka nga ba magbigay ng feedback? Bakit ka nga ba mag-express of your hinaing inside? Okay? When you express something not good, then please do it in a nice way. Okay? Let's continue giving how to give constructive feedback. Okay? Pag ikaw si teacher, tapos gusto mong, ay anak, hindi man kulang pa itong thesis mo. Okay? Pero hindi agad-agad, ano ba yung thesis mo? Itatapon ko, no, it's not like that. Okay? When you do constructive feedback. Choose your words. This is very important. Okay? Your words, of course, may make or break a person. Okay? It could brand you as the sender, okay, of the feedback. Okay? So you have to choose your words. Be polite. Always choose to be polite at all time. Ma'am, hindi ko kaya talaga hindi ko maano yung emotion ko. No. Kaya nga, if you are angry, if you're not in the mood of saying good, then do not talk. Do not give feedback. Pag kailangan ka, thesis, advisor ako kailangan ko magbigay, that's the time. Okay? It's up to you. It's up to the role you are playing in the communication. Pag teacher ka and you want to make your student learn, then discardin mo yun. Discardin mo yun paano ito magtanda itong mga bata. Okay? Focus not only on the fault, but also the strength. This is what I said earlier, okay? Do not say only the fault, the weakness of that person. Look at the example, no? Okay, your what is this? Your work is good, but you need improvement in your grammar, but your work is already good. Okay? Pag ganun, huwag agad-agad, ay, ang pangit na kailangan mo tapusin to, kailangan mo palitan to. Is that like that? Okay? Because you won't know, as the sender of that feedback, hindi mo alam kung gaano ang effort na ginawa niya just to produce that thing. Okay? So that is constructive feedback. Or if it's not about a thing or a material or an object, hindi mo alam yung pinagdadaanan ng tao yan at the moment of communication. Kaya always be polite. Choose to be polite. Choose your words. Okay? Kasi you are not in the shoes of that person. You do not know the emotion inside. Okay? Let's continue. Watching from Kirapawan, Riley. Okay, look at this. Okay, can somebody complete or fill in the blanks of this line? I appreciate your blank, but I think that blank. Pwede? One word for each or two words, just a short phrase for the last part. Okay? I appreciate your what? I appreciate your work. I appreciate your answer. Your answer is good. I appreciate your answer. That is better. That is closer to the answer. Hindi pwedeng, ay mali yan. No. Like that, no? So appreciate your answer. I appreciate your effort. But I think you have to exert more. Okay? Pwedeng ganun, no? I appreciate what? Anybody from the viewers, paano mo yan tatapusin yung sentence na yan? I appreciate your blank. But I think that blank. Paano yan? How to do that? I appreciate your kindness. But I think that matters. Pwede. Okay? Good try, Neil Pajado. I appreciate your word. But I think that, ano nang next natin, Anbay ito? Okay? I appreciate your blank. But I think that I appreciate your dress. Ang ganda ng damit mo. Ang ganda mo tonight. But I think, itali mo dito banda. Hindi pwedeng, ay ano ba yung damit mo? Itali mo nga yung ganun. No. Because, getting up, making yourself presentable and pretty is an effort. I-acknowledge mo naman yung effort ng tao. I appreciate your help, but you should practice more. I appreciate your project, you should practice more. Practice more. Watch, okay. Project, you need to improve, okay? Help is too much, but I think it's too much. Pwede din ito. I appreciate your help, but I think that's too much. Pag sobra na yung help ng isang tao, parang, wag mong sabihin, ano ba yan? Bakit ka help ng help sa akin? No, you'll have to express that you appreciate that help. But I think that's too much. Okay? Para siya na nga ang nakatulong sa iyo eh. Okay? Let's continue with the next line, with the next work, you need to improve it. Next sentence, okay? Next sentence, let's try this. I think this is the last. No, not yet the last. The last, let's try sentence. Next, natin, you need to improve, Raquel Yurin. I noticed that you're always blank. However, blank. I noticed that you're always late. However, you have complete assignment. Pwede, no? Okay? Kahit gusto mo talaga sabihin, bakit ka always late? Okay? Bakit ka, ano? Okay? But how are you going to complete that sentence? Or the two sentences? I notice that you are always blank. How are you going to improve? How are you going to complete that? I notice that you're always blank. However, ano kayang pwede natin gawin dyan? I noticed that you are always sad. However, you still look beautiful. Ayan, para pang cheer up din. Okay? Pang cheer up din ang emotion ng isang tao. Okay? What else? I appreciate your dreams. I notice that you're always appreciate your dreams on time. However, you're lacking sleep. No? Kasi gusto mo talaga sabihin ng ano na yung mata niya. Hindi na, medyo stress na ang mukha niya. So, I notice that you're always on time. Maganda, no? Maganda yung bungad eh. However, I think you're lacking sleep. And say, hala, baka nung stress na stress siya. Okay? Yun. Gusto medyo tagilid tayo sa parang mukha siyang stress. Nobody wants to be told like, you look stressed. Ayun, di ba? Pangit pakinggan. So, in a better way, unahin mo muna ang parati kang untay, appreciate that. Okay, very good, Neil Pahado. Appreciate your dreams. Answer my question, process first. Okay, however, process first. Okay, that's it. Bella, hungry. Okay, Lazo. Angelica Lazo. Let's continue. Okay, that's it. Again, when you give constructive feedback, always choose the words. Very important. The last topic that we'll have to discuss this evening, receiving constructive and non-constructive feedbacks. Paano ngayon pag ikaw mismo ang sinabihan ng something negative? Ikaw mismo yung may-ari ng thesis. Ikaw yung mismo yung mismong sinabihan ng something not good to hear. Okay? Let's continue. Paano mo iti-take ang isang feedback? Okay? Continue. Let's continue. What is constructive feedback? Okay, it is a response that aims not to hurt or put down other people. Okay, so constructive, as we mentioned earlier, ito yung mga worded, what do you call this, polite words para sa isang statement, para hindi masyado masaktan yung isang tao. Constructive feedback is also a what? It is a statement that is carefully worded so as to consider the receiver's feelings to achieve desired results. Okay, ito yung statement. Carefully worded. Chosen words. Okay? Inano mo to? Talagang piling-pili mo yung words kanamit sa constructive feedback. Okay? Para hindi ma-hurt yung other person. Let's continue. Paano ba tayo tumanggap ng constructive feedback? Okay, what is criticism? It is a statement of evaluation. Good or not good. Agree or disagree. Okay, what else? Ano yung mga evaluation natin? Dapat ano siya, opposite. Okay? It is a form of feedback. It is a reaction to a statement or a message. There are two types of criticisms. Okay, destructive and constructive. Okay? Paano mo titake ngayon kapag ikaw ay makatanggap ng criticism? Continue. Okay, let's continue. Okay, there are two types. Accept it in a nice way po. Great evening, everyone. Josephine Pasete. Good evening. Okay, let's continue to the next slide. Okay, look at this. Ikaw yung ikaw lang yung naka-stand. The other one is saying something. How are you going to take a constructive or destructive criticism? Okay, let's continue. Paano pag ikaw to pala? Okay? Your project is terrible. It deserves to be thrown away. It does not make sense and looks as if a cat used it as a scratching pad. Ang sakit, no? Tapos pinagpuyatan mo yan. Okay? Paano pag ikaw yung sinabihan ng ganyan? Okay, continue. Josephine Passetti is watching. But pag constructive criticism naman, Joey, I think you did well on the project, but there are some changes that need to be done. We can do better. Why don't we talk about it? That's constructive criticism. Nauna si positive, sa kanila yung medyo negative. Okay? Continue. Analyze natin. Okay? It's getting late already. The meeting should have started on time. Okay? Ano to? Constructive, destructive criticism. Okay? Kailangan mong mag-react Could be. You'll have to. Bakit kailangan mong magsabi niyan? Because somebody should express this line. Okay? Let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, the project is good but still needs improvement. Ayan, constructive yan. Next. Okay. Let's have the next. Paano natin iti-take ang isang feedback or criticism. Okay, next slide please. Medyo pareho lang siya. Okay. Let's have the next one. Okay, receiving descriptive criticism. Number 1, what should you do pag ikaw ang naka-receive ng pangit na feedback? After receiving non-constructive feedback, do not react immediately. Pause. Mag-isip. Presence of mind. Okay? Huwag agad-agad. Ay, bakit mami talagang pinagpuyatan ko to No, you'll have to internalize muna. Why does my teacher tell me that my work is not good enough? Okay? Number 2, paano gawin? Again huwag mag-react agad-agad. Okay, nainis ka kasi pinagpuyat ka. Sobrang pinagpuyatan mo yung trabaho mo. If that subsides, mayroon tayong sinasabi, magbilang ka up to parang 10 seconds, then your anger will subside. Okay, once your anger subsides, assess the situation. Tama nga ba sinabi niya na hindi maganda yung yung work ko? Tama ba na sabihan niya akong ganun? Sometimes truth hurts, no? Kung ano yung natin, no? Oh, inhale, exhale, pause, and think. Very good, Lilibeth Panisan. Okay? Kasi mag-assess ka, bakit nga ba niya sinabi sa akin? I think I validated my work with other teachers, okay naman. Mag-isip ka talaga, i-assess mo, tama bang sabihan ka na not enough? Tama bang sasabihan ka, hala, hindi maganda yung damit mo? Tama bang sasabihan niya ako na, parati kang late, bakit ka nga ba parating late? Okay? You'll have to assess the situation. Okay? Magagalit ka kung totoo naman talagang parati kang late. Magagalit ka pa rin ba? Okay, but the initial reaction of a human being kapag makarinig siya ng something negative, of course, yung una mong reaction, ma-hurt ka talaga. But in the situation, if you know how to communicate properly, efficiently, dapat ipag-subside mo na, do not let your emotion control your mouth. Kasi wala, sabog yan. Okay? Let's continue. Hindi tayo? Paano natin i-control? Paano natin iti-take ang isang destructive criticism? Relax muna, mind setting. Very good. No, that's not correct. Count 1 to 10, breathe in, breathe out. Very good. Okay, next. Okay, ask the person what made him her give the non-constructive feedback, okay, hindi ka na niya pinansin. Look at the situation, ha? May I ask why you don't want to be your friend, to be my friend anymore? Have I done anything wrong? Bakit mo ako in-unfriend? Pwedeng ganun, no? Bakit in-unfriend ka sa Facebook? Okay. May I ask why you don't want to be my friend anymore? Have I done anything wrong? You'll have to ask. Na pag wala ka talagang means to know why. Bakit ganyan ang feedback niya sa akin? Ma'am, saan ba ako nagkakamali? Saan ba dyan po? Saang banda po na kailangan ko ng improvement? Paano pag teacher sa amin lahat? Naku, lago tayo dyan, ano? Okay? Okay, again, ha? Ask the person the cause or the root or the basis of that criticism. Okay, in-explain ni teacher, okay, ganito, bakit ko sinabi na hindi ito enough? Your work is not enough. Listen very well as the sender explains the reasons for his or her non-constructive feedback. You should know how to listen. Okay? Pag in communication, hindi yan one way. Okay, you say one way, yung dapat, you know how to listen also. Okay? Pag mag-communicate ka, dapat attentive ka rin. Okay? Oh, I would say, oh, Mary, it is just that we had to go to the province because my grandfather got sick. Everything happened so fast. I forgot to call you. Yun pala, hindi niya siya pinansin dahil kasi may emergency sa province. See? Kapag nag-react ka agad, nakapagbitaw ka na ng mga not good words, ayan, sira yung relationship. Okay? So listen very carefully as the sender explains, as the teacher explains, bakit not enough ang work mo. Okay? Let's continue. Okay, receiving destructive criticism. When the issues are already clarified, okay, you have the option of responding to the raised issues one by one. Now, sinabi ni teacher, dito ka, kailangan mo to ng more proofs. Okay? More related literature para mas justify natin yung study mo. Ganyan. So you'll have to act now. Alam mo na, you have the direction. Paano maging enough yung work mo. Okay? Start your own feedback by acknowledging the other person's feelings. Okay? When you give feedback, dapat din yung feedback mo. Also, you have to choose the right words also. Okay? Alam mo na ang dahilan. Bakit niya nasabi yan sa'yo? Then this time, wag ka nang humirit pa. Okay? Para magiging effective yung communication, start your own feedback. Okay, ma'am, I'll have to do it. Ay, ganun ba? Hindi maganda yung damit ko? Okay, sige. Oh, marami pa naman akong damit sa closet. Next time, I'll have to make it, I'll have to choose another one. Hindi pala bagay sa akin ang violet, or hindi pala bagay sa akin ang green, or ang white, something like that. So, you'll have to, para hindi kayo ang communication ba? There could be no miscommunication that will happen between the two of you. Okay? Let's continue. Okay? Thank you sa mga viewers na nandito buhay na buhay pa rin. Okay, very good. Let's have the next one. I think the last 3 slides. Konti na lang. After giving your feedback, nasabi na, okay ma'am, I'll do it. Okay, mag-change na ako ng aura. Ganyan. Gently ask the person's reaction or response. Okay? Can we still be friends? Pwede bang magpalit na ako next time ng damit? Or ma'am, pwede ko bang ipasa nito next meeting? Pwede ko ba itong gawin ulit? I'll have to give me another time, another day, or another chance para matapos to. Ganon, dapat. Makipag-bargain ka. Together with the other party, try to resolve the issue. Now, the teacher says, okay, I'll give you another 5 days to complete or to improve your work. Anyway, si teacher, tapos sasabihin si teacher kasi marunong ng art of constructive criticism. Sabi niya, okay na yun anak, konting push lang, tapos okay na yung work mo. Basta gawin mo lang yung pinagawa ko sa'yo, yung mga check ko dyan, yung mga notes ko dyan sa work mo. So, see, the communication will be done smoothly. Okay? Wala kayong masasaktan. Although at first talaga parang ang sakit kasi strike agad eh. But that is the initial reaction. That is the initial feeling. Kaya kailangan i-resolve yan throughout the communication or the process of communication. Yung span of conversation ninyo, kailangan ma-resolve yung issue niyo. Okay? Continue. Let's have the next slide. Okay, that's receiving destructive criticism. Next slide, please. Let's have, okay, watching from Magalang South, Jennifer Rivera. Yes, kung pa nagsalitaan ka ng hindi maganda, wag na po ibalik sa nagsabi o wag na makipagtalo. And it's very important. Okay? Wag nang ibalik because hindi talaga kayo matatapos. And it will end up a ruined relationship. Okay? Kaya pag dapat may isa dapat ang magbigay, mag-give way para ma-process ang issue, para ma-smoothen yung issue. Okay, let's remember our discussion tonight. Okay, the components of communication are sender, message, receiver, feedback. Dapat andito tong apat para magkaroon ng communication. Okay, very good insight, Rina Bermilio. Next, let's remember also, when we give feedback, natin ano pa dapat natin ibaunin for tonight's discussion. Ano pa dapat natin okay, wow, if that is the way we are corrected, learners are encouraged. That's true. Okay, this constructive criticism can encourage a person, a hopeless person. Not only the learners, pero if you have a friend who needs advice, kailangan mo siyang, alam mo yun, kahit alam mong mali siya, unahin mo muna yung medyo positive, saka mo sasabihin yung mali niya, but in a nicer way, in a polite way. Okay? Kaya, very important. Always practice, kasi hindi mo siya agad-agad makuha ma-achieve yung constructive criticism. Giving constructive criticism, hindi agad-agad siya ma-develop. It needs time. It needs practice. Okay? Because that's an art. That's a skill. Hindi yan, because not all people are gifted with, wisdom or knowledge to make a statement or a negative statement, not negative in a negative way of saying it. Okay? Next, let's remember also that, next slide. Slide tayo. The feeling of our learner and our feedback motivates them to learn. Exactly, Ma'am Nerly Aldea. Because they are also human beings. May pinagdadaanan ka, may pinagdadaanan din sila. Kaya you will have to, have a mutual communication. You have to mutual consideration. Ako ay tao, siya ay tao. Not all the time na happy ako, siya din. Okay? Okay, let's have natanggal yung isa. Meron pang isa. Always choose constructive criticism. Always choose to be polite in making feedback to a destructive criticism. Because making constructive criticism is a choice. Choice mong maging nice. Choice mong maging nice sender, nice speaker, nice friend, nice person through your words. Okay? Always choose to be polite. Always consider, yung last pa sir, always consider communication a blessing. It's a gift to mankind that sometimes, not most of the time, but sometimes we take for granted yung value ng communication. Without communication, we cannot imagine a world we have. Okay? Kaya always consider, always think that communication is a blessing. Kasi maraming tao ngayon hindi nakakapag-communicate. Maybe they are sick, they are, stuck in somewhere. Kaya kailangan, when you communicate, choose to be polite, choose to be constructive, choose to be a blessing to others. Okay, good evening. Thank you. I learned a lot. I'm Lydia Dumalaon. Good evening po. I'm watching. You have to consider the feelings of others. Okay, that is my last slide. Thank you for for waiting for me. At nagiging kasama ko kayo for 1 hour talaga. Salamat at talagang pwede na tayong maghapunan after this. Do not forget our schedule ha, every Monday from 6 to 7 p.m. Yung ALS natin from elementary natin na ALS from 5 to 6 p.m. Pero yung grade 1 to ano natin lahat ng subjects meron tayo. Pwede ninyong papanoorin yung mga anak niyo, mga kapitbahay, mga kapatid ninyo. Okay? Thank you. And Sir Ariel, you have some announcement pa po before we end tonight. And salamat sa mga viewers na very active. Hindi ko na feel nag-iisa ako ngayon. Thank you. Thank you, Ma'am Avila, Ma'am Rina, no? Ma'am Rina, Ma'am Lydia, okay. Sir Ariel, any announcement?
Yan, thank you so much Tutor Nordine. Pati ako natuto sa lesson mo sa giving feedback. Talagang importante, lalo na ngayon, no? Maraming umiinit ang ulo. Sa pagpila sa mga ayuda, pagpila sa mga groceries, paghihintay ng ating mga deliveries, diba?
Ayan, it takes patience.
Kahit sabihin mong gutom ka na, no?
Choose kindness at all times.
Kindness talaga. Yes, talaga. Kahit saan yan. At speaking of kindness, Tutor Noreen and generosity of Department of Education, once again, tomorrow po, 8 o'clock in the morning, ang ating mga ALS teachers across our country, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, no, lahat kayo ay iniimbitahan na umattend ang ating training series every Tuesday starting tomorrow. Meron tayong aso sa labas. Meron tayong tutorial, meron tayong training. Umpisa natin sa paggamit ng mga Google Apps for Education. So, maganda yun, no? Kasi talaga magagamit natin yung ating mga pag-uusapan, yung ating training para sa ating mga estudyante. Para mas mapadali natin yung pagtuturo, lalo na sa mga panahon kagaya nito. Yeah. Thank you, Tutor Noreen.
Yes, thank you, Sir Ariel. Thank you, viewers. Thank you so much. Good evening.
Thank you. Good evening.
Sigurado ako na marami ka na namang natutuhan sa ating ETUlay tutorial session ngayong araw. Tandaan, ito ay hindi lamang para sa ating mga mag-aaral, kundi pati rin sa ating mga minamahal na guro at mga magulang na kaagapay natin para maituloy ang pagkatuto sa kabila ng nararanasang pandemya. Patuloy ding sumubaybay sa DepEd TV para sa mga araling ginawang video episodes. Mapapanood ito mula Lunes hanggang Sabado, alas 7 ng umaga hanggang alas 7 ng gabi sa inyong mga telebisyon. Abangan bukas mula 1:00 ng tanghali ang iba pang aralin sa ating ETUlay free online tutorial session sa English. I-like and subscribe at manatiling nakasubaybay sa ating ETUlay tutorial session sa DepEd Edtech Unit FB page at Educational Technology Unit channel sa YouTube at sa DepEd Tayo at DepEd Philippines social media accounts. Paalam!